Today we are going to learn about positive and negative numbers. First thing we're going to talk about is defining integers and their opposite. The counting numbers, their opposites in zero, are integers, numbers that are located on opposite sides of zero and are the same distance from zero on the number line, are opposites. What integer is the opposite of 6? What is the opposite of negative 6? Negative 6 is read as negative 6, or the opposite of 6. As you notice, looking at this number line, you have positive and negative numbers. Your negative numbers go to the left of 0, and your positive numbers come to the right of 0. Every number and its opposite are the same distance from 0. 0 is neither negative or positive. A thermometer is like a vertical number line that uses integers to show temperatures measured in degrees. Vertical means it goes up and down. Horizontal means it goes left to right. So, 6 degrees Celsius is warmer than 0 because it's above 0. Negative 6 degrees is 6 degrees colder than 0. It is still 6 places away from 0, but in the negative direction. The opposite of a number is the number itself. For example, the opposite of 6 is negative 6, and the opposite of negative 6 is 6. To represent the opposites of negative 6, write negative, negative 6. So let's look at one of these and try it. Label the integers on the number line. The opposite of 4 is, that's right, negative 4. The opposite of negative 4 is 4. Excellent job. Now we need to put these on the number line. Whenever you're looking at a number line, you have to understand how to count on a number line. Very first thing I want you to always locate is where is your 0 going to go? Well, I know that this is going to be my 0 because 0 is going to be in between 1 and negative 1. Remember, your negatives are going to the left, which gets smaller, and your positives are going to the right, which get larger. So, let's look at how to label these. Sure, there are 2 boxes given on this number line, but not all number lines will give you the actual boxes. So we must count. First thing you want to do is look and find your 0. So if this is 0, we need to count to see how much is each line worth. Well, the first one is number 1. So we know we're going to be counting in increments of 1. So 1, 2, 3, there it is, 4, 5. Now we have to count backwards to do our negatives. Negative 2, negative 3, well, there it is, negative 4, negative 5. So now that we understand the number line and negatives are to the left and positives are to the right, we now need to compare and order integers. Riley recorded the temperature for 5 days in January. Which day was the coldest day of Riley's data? Which was the warmest day? Write the temperatures from least to greatest. So remember, when we're talking warm, we are talking temperatures such as 80 degrees, right? We're talking warm, going to the beach weather. We're looking at numbers such as 80 degrees. When we're talking cold, well, you could probably agree with me. Water freezes at what? 32 degrees Fahrenheit? So that's pretty cold. But we know negative numbers are going to be even colder than 32 degrees. So, looking at this chart, they tell us Monday is negative 5, Tuesday is negative 2, Wednesday's 4 degrees, Thursday's -3, and Friday is 1 degrees. So they ask us to plot these on the number line. So we know that our number line, we are counting up by ones because we know going from 0 to the first line that we have is 1 degree. So we know we're going to be counting by ones. So if we're going to -5 for Monday, we have to go backwards 5 places. So we put our pencil on the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put your dot. Then we do the same thing for -2. Put your pencil on the 0, 1, 2. 4, put your pencil on the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. -3, start your pencil on the 0, 1, 2, 3. And last but not least, 1. Put your pencil on the 0, 1. So the question said, what was the warmest day and what was the coldest day? So which of these days would you say is the coldest? That's right. Monday, -5 is going to be the coldest because it's furthest to the left. Which day would be the warmest? Excellent. Wednesday, because that is furthest to the right. Now, once you have these numbers on a number line, it is very easy to order them from least to greatest, just as they did right here. So, if they were to ask us which number is greater, -4 or -2, I would recommend that you draw a number line first thing. Label your number line with enough numbers that we know. Excuse me, I messed up on that one. Label your number line with enough numbers that I know you know what you're talking about. Always put a 0. Always put some positive numbers and some negative numbers. So now, if we were to graph -4, we would put a dot on -4 and a dot on -2. The question says, which number is greater? As your numbers go to the left, they will get larger. As your numbers go to the right, they will always get smaller. So which one's bigger? That's right. -2 is bigger because it's closer to the 0 or the right-hand side. All right, the next thing we need to talk about that I had you explore yesterday in class is the use of integers to represent quantities. Integers describe many real-world situations, including altitude, elevation, depth, temperature, and electrical charges. 0 represents a specific value in each situation. Which integer represents sea level, which represents the airplane, and which represents the whale? Well, as you see here, sea level is 0. Sea level and ground level will always be at 0. Anything below the ocean will be your negatives. Anything above the ocean line will be your positives. Same with land. Anything below the Earth's surface is going to be your negatives. Anything above the ground or Earth's surface is going to be your positives. So, looking at these try-it problems, which integer represents each situation? A $10 debit. If you have a debit, you're taking money out of your account. So, would the $10 debit be positive or negative? That's right. It would be -10 because you are taking it out. 6 degrees below 0. Well, if you're below 0, will you be positive or negative? That's right, you'll be negative. And what number are we talking about? You got it, 6. And the last one. If you deposit money into your account, will you be a positive or a negative? That's right, you just got paid. So you will be a positive 25. Notice, positive numbers do not have a plus sign in front of them. They are just simply written as the number itself. However, whenever you have a negative sign, you must put the negative or subtraction sign in front of it. So let's sum up our lesson. Integers are all of the counting numbers and their opposites, including 0. So all of the integers are listed here. You see 0 in the middle, your positive numbers to the right, which are always getting larger, your negative numbers to the left, which are getting smaller. And please notice your positive numbers go in order, your negative numbers go in order, but they go backwards. Have a great day.